Hey all, it's Aurelius. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to share 21 useful tools to help you be more productive in your business or at work. So whether you're a creator or an entrepreneur or someone who simply wants to find the latest tool to be more productive, I'm sure at least one of these will be useful in your day-to-day. So here's the first one. This one's called Vidyo, and it will basically turn any long form video into short videos. So this example here, we've got a YouTube video of mine and it's about 7 minutes long. I took it and basically entered that URL of that YouTube video into Vidyo, and then it extracted 6 short form videos out of that 7-minute video. So as an example, here's one where it extracted the 80-20 principle right here. So let's preview this. All right, the next tip I want to share with you is the 80-20 rule, or in other words, the Pareto principle. So the 80-20. And there we go. It not only found that key moment, it also put in these subtitles for me automatically. And then what you can do then is to post it on social media as TikToks, Instagram Reels, and much more. Okay, tool number 2, and it's not so much a tool, but an essential part of any business or pursuit, and that is a website. So whether you're selling a product or service, you need a website. And the web host that I recommend is called Hostinger. You can have your very own professional website with no code and no knowledge in terms of how to build a website, starting from $1.99 per month paid yearly. But I do recommend the premium web hosting because you do get the ability to host up to 100 websites. You're able to get a free domain name, so www.yourdomain.com or whatever extension you want, and you can create up to 100 email addresses. Now, on top of its already heavily discounted prices, you can go down and where it says have a coupon, I've got a special coupon code that I've arranged for you. Simply enter Aurelius and then click on apply. That'll give you a further discount. The setup process is super easy. All you need to do is create or migrate a website. We're going to create a new website. Choose between Hostinger's Easy Web Page Builder or WordPress for those who are more experienced. I'm simply going to select Hostinger's Builder. Name your website. In this case, we're going to claim a free domain since that came included with our premium plan. Once you've found an available domain name, all you need to do is continue. Finish the rest of the process. Choose how you want to create your website based on templates or using its AI website builder. I'm simply going to use one of its templates. There are dozens of templates to choose from based on these categories. Let's say you like this template here under marketing. Let's click on start building. Once you've decided on a template, simply click on start building and you're ready to start building and customizing your website. Simply follow the checklist, or you can skip ahead and then customize it all yourself by changing the logo, the header, the hero image, and then everything else on the website. And it's as simple as that. And once you're ready to go live, simply click on go live and you're all set. So go ahead and start your website to sell your products and services. I'll leave a link to Hostinger down below in the description, as well as my coupon code Aurelius, so you can save a further discount on top of the already heavily discounted prices. Next up, we've got a website that can help you generate some startup or business ideas. It's called Ideas AI, and all you need to do is simply look right here where the yellow background is, and you swipe left or right, kind of like Tinder. In this case, we're on desktop, so we simply click cross if we do not like it, and then move on to the next. This idea in this case is a startup that makes it easy to follow the progress of people on your contact list. That's pretty good. So I'm going to like that. So next up, we've got a travel booking marketplace for independent travel agents. Not really my thing, but we've got this next one. A startup that makes employees happier through a platform that incentivizes work, rewards employees for site visits, encourages sharing of ideas, and allows managers to communicate directly with their employees. So not too bad there. So you can keep scrolling and browsing through these to see which one can spark an idea. It may not be the exact idea that you would pursue, but at least it's a starting point. All right, this next tool allows you to see what platform, fonts, and styling a particular website uses. It's called WhatRuns. It's a Chrome extension or browser extension, and all you need to do is install it. And let's say you find a website that you really like and you kind of want to emulate it in a way. Let's say with Ali Abdul, who is a really top productivity YouTuber. We can look at the top right here where the Chrome toolbar is, and this is the WhatRuns Chrome extension. Click that once and then it'll find out what blog platform it uses or CMS. So in this case, it's using Ghost, and we've got a few plugins and analytics right here, as well as the font family that it uses. So these are the kinds of details that you may need and want to gather in order to design your own website. So for instance, when you're going through the process of building your website through Hostinger, you're like, okay, I want to use this particular font because I like what Ali uses right here for his heading 1 or whatnot, or his main body font. So this is a pretty handy tool, you know, whether you're a web designer or not. And speaking of design, this next tool allows you to create mockups of all sorts. So we are talking about mobile phone mockups, we've got laptop mockups, t-shirt mockups, and all you really need to do is just to upload your logo or that, you know, painting or picture of yours. You can see a full list of the types of mockups you can generate by going to all mockups, and these are some of the phone ones. We've got mugs and desktops, and it's a great way to showcase your products, right? So if you're selling merchandise and things like that, it's a great way to put it on your website or on social media. In my particular niche, I sell digital products, so what would make sense is displaying something like books, and then you can see the examples right here, or you could go to isolated, and that'll only show the isolated book kind of mockups. So really handy tool there to basically showcase and display any kind of product out there. So give it a try, and it's free for some of the mockups that you see, unless it's stated otherwise with Pro. This next one's great for screenshots. So if you want to have that kind of browser screenshot, all you need to do is just take a screenshot like you normally would and then drag it to Screely, and then it'll generate a screenshot that looks like this with the web browser look, right? The UI. Why would you do this? Well, again, to showcase your website or landing page. So in my case, how I use it is on my thumbnails. So this example here, check this out. We've got, you know, that little thumbnail of the word processor. Another example is right here. So all these were generated using Screely. This one as well, this thumbnail. So that's a use case of at least what I use Screely for, but you can use it for pretty much anything. All right, moving on. This one's great for your email signatures or your social media profile pics, and it's called Profile Pic Maker, and all you need to do is upload your photo or drag and drop it right here, and what it'll generate are dozens and dozens of profile pictures that I could potentially use for my social media profiles or whatever profile I'd like to use. And let's say I like this one here. Simply click on download, and you've got that picture ready to go, as you can see right here with my profile pic.png. In addition, there are some customization options right here where I can, you know, rearrange the photo. I can also rotate, scale. I can change the background of the profile picture to one based on the solid colors gradients, or, you know, different RGB colors right here. I can even go as far as editing the shadows of my photo. And by clicking here, you can filter it by mixed, new, creative types, or professional, and that'll categorize it based on that filter. Next up, we've got a tool that can help you generate videos such as commercial ads or ones that can explain what you do. So here's an example. It's called Waymark, first of all, and here are some templates that you can see that it's you can use or base your video on. So for instance, if I hover over this one here, free boxing class, this is just an example of what you can do. Replace the logo with yours, replace the text with yours, and calls to action with yours. This one's about realtors, and you can see feel overwhelmed by the housing market, and then it goes on to these different screens that you can customize to. And it's got this new feature where it is powered by AI, where you simply enter your business name and then it'll try to find it in the categories and the web. I'm not exactly sure. So let's say it is Canva, and you simply use that, and then it'll basically gather those brand assets from around the web and the info about it. You give the AI a few instructions if you'd like, and then click on generate video. And what it'll do is try to generate a video based on your brand. So it hasn't fully processed for me on my end, but you can kind of see the storyboard or the timeline of it, and it's saying different benefits, a library, everything you need to create beautiful designs. So it's also found relevant photos and videos for it, and once it's fully processed, it will generate something that you could potentially use. Next up, another kind of AI-powered video tool is called Synthesia, and this one is different and allows you to create videos that has a presenter. So it's AI generated, and all it does is it turns your text into videos as you can see, like this. You can choose from over 100 avatars, and you can also create your own. It's great to use on your website if you want to be able to explain and present what your product or service is about, and especially if you do not want to be on camera. Next up, a great little tool that can help you record your screen and kind of have your talking head at the same time as recording your screen is one called Tella. Now, the reason why I really love Tella is because you can simply click on your browser Tella tab, or more so the button, and then start recording. So you simply specify the camera, your mic, you can share your window, so the current tab or the window or full screen. And I mainly use this to record my staff training and anything that I want to share quickly. And you can see some examples here where I've got myself as well as the screen, and you can choose the different kinds of backgrounds, right? So you can have one that's got a gradient or a different color. So this can all be done in the editing mode. You can also trim your video, and it's kind of an all-in-one where you can edit the video at the same time. You can change the background, the layout of where you want your talking head. You could have it in the corner, you could have it on the right, you could have it just on the right as we saw just before. There's a range of backgrounds as you can see, plus a heap of other options to choose from. And if you want to take your screen videos to the next level and post it on places like YouTube or to share it with your team, then give Tella a try. All right, next up, we've got a tool called Holler, and this one is one question surveys, and it's powered by AI. So it's not just like any ordinary survey tool. So you simply ask one question, or you create this kind of form, such as how was your experience with our product today? And you share this page with your customers or your subscribers. They'll answer that question, and then all the responses will be gathered inside your dashboard, as you can see. So this is just a sample, as you can see. We'd love to know more about your recent experience with Acme, and here are all the responses. Now, the powerful thing about Holler is that you can ask the AI things of this nature. So we'll click this little magic button, and you can ask things like, what were the overall impressions of Acme from respondents? Let's use that prompt. And now it's providing a response. So overall respondents had positive impressions of Acme. They found the software to be user-friendly, intuitive, and customizable, and appreciated the automation capabilities and customer service team. So it's quite specific based on the responses given. So instead of doing it the old and traditional way of collecting survey responses and then having that all, let's say, on spreadsheet, you at the end of the day have to figure out what's good, what's bad, what can be changed. Instead of doing that, use Holler so that you can use the power of AI to determine things that could be improved. Perhaps you could prompt the AI to list 5 things to improve with the Acme brand or your brand or business. So that's Holler, and rather than using a traditional survey tool, I would go with Holler if you want to do those one question surveys. And speaking of surveys, forms, and all of those things of that nature, the next tool is called Tally. And as the heading suggests, it's the simplest way to create forms. If we scroll down to browse templates, you can take a look at the kinds of forms that you can create, from feedback forms to contact forms. Scrolling down, we've got a freelance quote form. So you could start with one of these templates rather than starting from scratch. And it does go further than that with these advanced features. So you can even collect payments, you can use form logic, also integrate with Zapier and these other applications. And once you're ready to share your form, you can use the share link, or you can use the embed form code, as you can see. All right, next up, we've got this design tool that can help you with things such as removing objects, text, and upscaling things, and basically enhancing photos. So it's at Clipdrop. When you go to Clipdrop, there are a few applications that you can use, from cleaning up images to image upscaling. You can remove backgrounds, replace backgrounds too. You can remove text from images, as you can see with this example. And there's this text to image generator where you simply enter some text and then it'll generate some images for you. So if you're not so much a Photoshop user, go ahead and use Clipdrop and its range of tools. All right, next up, if you're a video creator or you record podcasts, you know the pain when it comes to filler words. And filler words are those when you say ums or ahs or so's. Now, there is a tool that can remove all that for you. It's called Clean Voice. And basically, it's what the name suggests. You clean the voice. It removes the ahs, so's, as you can see, and the and any filler words, really. And the features are quite interesting. You've got multilingual filler sound remover, you've got mouth sounds and stuttering removal, dead air removal as well. So those silences and those awkward silences. And all you need to do is upload your audio file. The AI does the cleaning for you, and you simply download or export the results. And speaking of recordings and voice, the next one is not anything new, but they've been around. It's called Rev, but I had to include it because it's a tool that I wholly kind of rely on, depend on to have my YouTube videos captioned, and it's all captioned by humans, right? There are tools that can use AI to do all that for you, but I prefer this route where you've got someone who can do it accurately. And what I like about it is when you order, let's say, closed captions or / subtitles from or through Rev, it'll also send it back to your YouTube video so that you don't need to go and download it from Rev and then upload it back to your YouTube video. So for anything transcript related, whether you have a podcast or videos that you want subtitles, go ahead and use Rev. Okay, moving on, we got something a little different to the tools I've already mentioned, and this one is email marketing related. So if you want to start your own newsletter, I recommend using ConvertKit because number one, you get 1,000 email subscribers for free, not as in they'll send you 1,000 subscribers, but you can build up to 1,000 email subscribers. Now, secondly, you also get unlimited landing pages. So the landing page builder allows you to build a page to capture email subscribers. Now, where does this go? Well, it's in ConvertKit, which then you can send out broadcast emails, your newsletters. You can also do automations where you can set, predetermined days of the week where a particular email gets sent out. So you've got your welcome email, you've got your second email about, let's say, your product or service, another email about a article that you've posted online, whatever it may be, you can set it all inside ConvertKit, have that all automated too. In addition, they've got this kind of newly released feature where you can grow your email subscriber base together, and it's called the Creator Network. So with the Creator Network, email list growth becomes much easier and faster because you're collaborating with other creators to grow together. Simply put, the Creator Network is kind of like a recommendation system. So you can have this kind of collaborative network where you've got one person has his newsletter and then that will recommend another, as they're signing up. This is quite new, so I'm not sure the exact process, but it's kind of worth, and I'm kind of tempted to move my entire email list over to ConvertKit just because of this feature alone. So take a look at that, and I'm sure by the time this video is published, this option should be available. Next up, we've got this AI writing tool that you definitely want to consider. It's called WriteSonic, and it will help you write your blog articles, whether you do it for SEO or you want to write product descriptions for your Amazon products, whatever it may be. There's quite a lot in this program. Just to give you a gist of some of its features, it includes, of course, the AI article and blog writer. We've got a paraphrasing tool, text expander, summarizer, product descriptions. You can create Facebook ads, Google ads, landing pages too, and much more. Now, why would you use WriteSonic as opposed to simply using ChatGPT? Well, first of all, if you're simply using the free ChatGPT, then it may be slow and it's not really focused on, writing long form content, whereby with WriteSonic, it's optimized for creating SEO kind of content, and it's all integrated with these research tools, and it's all in one dashboard. In addition, it's got this new ChatGPT alternative powered by GPT-4, which is essentially the latest version of GPT, and it's got this interface where you not only can generate texts and articles, but you can also generate AI generative art. And speaking of AI, the next tool is called UseChatGPT, which is a browser extension that you can install for free. Essentially, it allows you to write, rephrase, summarize, translate, or explain any text on any website without copying and pasting to ChatGPT and back, which can be quite annoying. So if you've ever used ChatGPT, you know what I'm talking about. So for example, you can go to any website. In this case, I'm on my website. You can simply copy and paste, and then what we can do is click on Use ChatGPT after you've highlighted, and you're given these options such as improving the writing. You can fix the spelling and grammar, make it shorter or summarize it, make it longer, change the tone of it to one of these. You can simplify the language and much more. So it comes really handy, especially if you're doing something like writing emails or creating and writing content. All right, moving on, I want to share some resource kind of websites for you. So the first being SaaS Pages, and this will give you a collection of the best landing pages with a focus on copywriting and design. So you could very well use this to inspire you to design your own website, your business or startup. So you can basically categorize it based on different companies, or let's say you want to dial down on navigation bars and you want to take a look at some of the SaaS websites navigation bars specifically. You can take a look at what they look like. So for example, we've got Asana, Atlassian, and Box, Clearbit, these things. So you can take a look at individual elements of the website. So testimonial boxes, let's go down. Here's what Adobe XD looks like, Asana. So you get the gist of it. So let's take a look at one more, the pricing plans of some of these SaaS pages. So it looks all good, and keep scrolling down to give you more examples. All right, next up, we've got another resource website. This one's called Marketing Examples. So you can take a look at something like how Loom created a category and these stories. So taking a look at this, for example, it gives you a rundown of how they created their own kind of category. And these are just exactly what it says, marketing examples. This one's a great one because I am a user of Blinkist, which is a book summary website or tool or app. So I love Blinkist free trial paywall, and this is how it works and how they structured it. This will give you some ideas in terms of how you can market your business or service. A few other examples, my Twitter inspiration handbook. We've got 17 tips for great copywriting. A simple idea that makes Gillette 60 million per year. And a tool I just covered, ConvertKit, how ConvertKit grew from 1.4K to 100K MRR. So go ahead and take a look at marketing examples for some marketing examples. And last but definitely not least is this website where you can get 374 free resources for marketing. And these include resources and templates you need in one place. This includes something like a strategic marketing plan that you can download for free, and all thanks to this website from Nira. And this is a strategic marketing plan that you can download. Categories are on the left. So let's say social media. We've got this social media content calendar. We'll click that once. And here's the template that they provide. So as you can see, there's no obligation to put in your email to access all of these resources and templates. So pretty cool in my opinion. And there we go, friends. Those are the 21 useful tools to help you in your business and productivity. I'd love to know which of these is your favorite and which one you'll give a try. Let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, I'll leave up a couple of relevant videos for you to watch next, where I'll be sharing even more tools. Thanks so much for watching, and do take care.